Hey, RJ, how you doing? I ain't doing so good. So, I might as well get right into this. You're probably wondering how this video is showing up on your channel. Well, from where I sit, your channel is a derelict, as part of a derelict communication system. I don't even know if this is going to work. All I'm doing is pushing buttons at this point, trying to remember how to do things. Anyway, let's get into the how. Well, I don't know how exactly to explain this. Do you remember how Monty got that new job? Put his what particle physics degree to use for once in his life. Well, that's where I am now, and I don't even know how to explain this. I guess I'll give you a story reference that'll probably put things in your mind better than anything I could say, anything I can figure out, anyways. Just think Hoin Kioma and Steins Gate. All right, this is my version of melting bananas. I don't know how this stuff works, and I'm stuck here by myself. I'm trying to figure it out, and I desperately need something to change. So, this is, this is my Christmas present to you, I guess. Maybe to us. Because I am recording this now on the 24th of December, 2026. Yeah, you heard that right. And I am alone. Last person to leave this place was, like 7 months ago. That's not doing great things for my sanity. And speaking of which, speaking of Steins Gate, do not erase the anime from your computer. Please, please don't do that. I know it's clogging up the memory, but I'm sitting here by myself, and I can only watch Big Trouble in Little China and the thing so many times, okay? But I guess that's my point. I'm going a little crazy. So, what's going on? Well, I'll give you the bullet points, like they used to put in those Star Trek books, right? The history of the future. Let me give you a little history lesson. Where do I start? Okay, how's about this? Inauguration Day, 2021. Joe Biden becomes president. What happens after that? Well, riots start, of course. But these are far left riots. You know, the kind from 2020, but on steroids, because they really hate the war machine of Joe Biden just gearing up. And the thing is that these are a little different because everybody on the right, your MAGA people, your middle Americans, all the people who really don't care about politics, they're just sitting back doing nothing. They're saying, you want to burn down federal buildings? You go right ahead. We don't care anymore. Add to that the 24 states who want to secede from the Union, and chaos is just over the horizon. So, what does Uncle Joe do? Well, despite mass vaccinations all over the country, he decides that the virus is just getting out of control, and so he locks everything down. And I know what you're thinking. Trying to lock down every person in America is like trying to squeeze water in your hand to hold it with a fist. That don't work. But it works well enough for him to try to get it into place. That's all he needs. And with his crazy economic policy, I don't even know how these people think these things work. You can't just print money. They think they can print money and offset it. I really don't know. Buy some kind of debt or other. But to calm things down, to try to maintain power, he promises everybody a large amount of money if they'll just go into their houses. And he does that by printing money, just printing it over and over and over again. And within 4 months, inflation just hits like a train. And after the American dollar falls 30 cents, it no longer is considered the world currency. And then, hello, Great Depression. Now, you and I, we're fine. I got no problem. Back then, I had no problem. I mean, I'm sitting pretty. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I got my own food. I got my own power. Nothing's fazing me. I'm sitting back laughing at the world because I'm watching places like Russia and the EU, well, actually Germany, trying to establish a new world currency. Yeah, that don't work out well. But you see, this is not the major problem. The major problem is one country in particular was a little bit too dependent on the American dollar. And it ain't America. It's China. Because without an international currency, no one will trade with them. And you add that fact to the almost mass famines of 2020, and 2021 does not, well, let's just say, does not treat them well. And if there is one thing that the Chinese people will not abide, it is going hungry. And so, as the world steeped in chaos, trying to regain some kind of normalcy, China starts to annex things. You know, Hong Kong is long gone. And after that, Taiwan is just wiped off the map. Just march in. You know, taking first any place that they can get money from, and especially any place they can get food from. Waltz into northern India, southern parts where they can get some food, even parts of West Africa, if you can believe that. And the world shrugs and says, well, they're trying to feed their people. We don't have time for this. We got our own problems. Just let them have this. Just let them have that. And that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes until they decide to waltz into North Korea. And, you know, of course they make it as if they were invited. You know, it's just I don't know what they call it, bilateral agreement or something like that. Yeah, they're supposed to be here. They just want to come in. And they're welcome with open arms, supposedly. But again, that's not the point. The point is that South Korea doesn't like this one bit, because China waltzing into North Korea, it creates for them some really heavy installations where they can use their navy. And use their navy to take over island chains, one after another, after another, after another. Again, mostly in search of rice, as far as I can remember anyway. That's all they want. They want to feed their people because they got to stay in power. Yeah, the South China Sea. Who would ever think that's where the world's going to fall apart? Well, after that happens, the world finally starts to pay attention. Finally. You know, as if concentration camps all over China and annexing half a dozen countries doesn't give them enough information about what's going on. But yeah, Australia really starts to get jumpy and asks for help. And that's when I come here. Because right now I'm in a sub-basement of a sub-basement of a sub-basement, out in the middle of nowhere. I know my own place, you know, it's secure, and I had food. I had everything I really needed. But security, that's more than one man can handle. Especially when things start to really go. Anyway, I came here with it, Monty. We were stuck with what? How many of us? It was like 9 of us to begin with. Everybody kept leaving, though. They kept saying, we'll find something. We'll figure it out. We'll bring you back some message about the world and how it's doing. Nobody comes back. Nobody. I got nothing. Anyway, enough self-pity. So I decided to try to figure out how all this stuff works. See if we can change something. I don't know how. At least it gives me some kind of purpose. I mean, I got everything I need here. Fully stocked cafeteria. It's going to last one person a long time. I could go outside myself. I really could. I'm sure nothing too spectacular has happened. The world goes on in some kind of form. Just don't want to be a part of it. No, I used to think I was fine being alone. I don't know about this. Anyways, I've already talked too long. Machine's blinking at me. I can't use that much power. Hopefully you can use this to do something. Prepare at the very least. Prudence is great, but sometimes you gotta look forward a little farther. Alright. Hopefully you'll figure something out. And I don't know if I'll talk to you again. If I do, for better, hopefully for better, not for worse. We'll see if this thing works. Okay. Bye.